Calling 911 from your cell phone is easy and fast, and most people assume when a dispatcher picks up, they know exactly where you are.
But that is not always the case. The I-Team's Courtney Garish investigates why some 911 systems, Courtney, just can't find you.
Yeah, Stephen Carroll, more than 10,000 people die every year while waiting for help after calling 911 from a cell phone, all because dispatchers can't get quick and accurate location information. So if your cell knows exactly where you are, why doesn't a 911 call center?
911, what's the location of your emergency?
A 12-year-old grabs his dad's cell and calls for help.
We're on the highway and...
Can your dad talk?
Yeah, can you talk?
The boy tells a Dodge County Sheriff dispatcher his dad is having a diabetic reaction.
Is your dad driving?
Yeah.
Can he pull over?
Dad, can you please pull over for me?
Can you tell me exactly where you are?
No, I really don't know.
Okay,
I'm sorry.
The dispatcher doesn't have much to go on.
Can you see any roads that you're passing?
No, it's just a highway. Can you pull over, Dad?
This 911 call is from 2012. Everything turned out okay, thanks to some good police work.
Our deputy picked the right direction to go and was able to locate that car before an accident happened.
Dodge County Sheriff Dale Schmidt says people don't realize just because you can call 911 on your cell from anywhere doesn't mean rescuers can find you.
It is very challenging and it is frustrating because we know that that technology exists.
Smartphone apps have direct access to your cell's GPS. The 911 system was built for landline phones and still relies on dated cell tower technology. In 2014, the FCC put out a mandate requiring new 911 location rules for wireless phones. The first of those not expected to kick in until next year.
It's plotting on Sunset.
Waukesha County Communications agreed to help us with an experiment. We called 911 using 4 different cell phone carriers to see how long it would take for our location to pop up. Almost all come in showing only the nearest cell tower. Dispatchers then have the option to rebid, a digital request to cell providers for more location info.
One is still not plotting for me.
But that takes time.
You want to get help as soon as possible to them.
It took anywhere from 13 to 52 seconds to plot me. If for some reason my call was cut off before that, dispatch wouldn't know where to send help.
This time you're plotting on the west side of the building in the parking lot.
I was actually on the north side and inside the building.
You're still in the parking lot.
More than once, the location was off.
We can give that to our officers saying this is the general area they're in, but then they have to start going out there and looking.
In 2009, cell phones helped save lost rafters on the Rock River in Dodge County, but not how you might think.
We're just trying to figure out where you are.
Lieutenant Christine Churchill is the director of communications. She remembers dispatchers couldn't plot their location, so the sheriff's office lined up squads on different sides of the marsh.
They would turn their sirens on and off so that we could actually try to locate these folks.
It took a lot of resources and 90 minutes to find them.
If this situation happened now in 2016, would you be using the same approach?
The exact same thing, 2016, 7 years later, hard to believe.
As 911 systems across the country wait on changes, dispatchers continue to train for the lack of technology.
It really takes a creative bunch sometimes to get a successful resolution.
And many times the longer you are on the line with 911, that rebid option finally brings in more accurate location information. But again, there are still situations where a dispatcher will get no specific location for a caller.
Very scary. Courtney, those new federal rules, how exact does that new location information have to be?
Within 50 meters. That's the requirement of the 911 wireless caller. By next year, cell phone carriers have to provide accurate location data in 40% of calls, and that jumps to 80% by 2021. It's something that's been talked about a lot. It's a long process.
It's amazing the technology that we have in our hands. We assume they would have it too.
And that's what's so frustrating for dispatchers.
All right, Courtney, thanks.
Good to let us know. Thank you, Courtney.